I'm here with Houston Texans rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud. C.J., first off, congratulations. Welcome to the league, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Talk to me about, I'm just curious a little bit about the pre-draft process. There was so much, there was so much, whatever, you guys bleep it out. But there was so much before the draft. I was curious just in terms of you, in terms of what you were hearing directly from the people in your camp about where you thought you might go and the teams that were talking to you.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a blessing just to be able to have opportunity to get drafted and go through the whole combine process and the pro day, even though it's very long-winded and stressful. But at the same time, I mean, I think I have good people problems. Like the things that were coming out, I mean, for me, is like at the end of the day, it would be a bad thing if things weren't being said, good or bad, because shoot, I'm a topic, I guess. So. I try to look at it as a different, as a way just to learn from it. It's not the first time things have came out about me, so I'm not saying I'm used to it in a sense, but I kind of am. It's just, it is what it is, and I'm not gonna try to control the narrative. And I know it was from an inside source somewhere where they were hating on me or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, I'm powered through God, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, everything happens for a reason, and I'm a Texan, so it really didn't matter anyway.
No, it didn't at all, and. You know, smart guy once told me pressure's a privilege.
Right.
Right?
For sure.
Pressure's a
Guys
privilege.
like us in our position, we want pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah, my team, like, we weren't worried at all. We were actually kind of relaxed the whole time. At least I was. And I heard nothing but great things from teams. I didn't hear anything negative, really. So
it was more like just social BS,
yeah,
which is
great. The people who aren't making the picks had the most to say. So.
Well, I mean, right. And you went number 2 overall in the NFL draft. I'd say you're winning, right?
It's a blessing, yeah.
100%. What I'm curious in terms of, so what are the Texans getting in C.J. Stroud?
They're getting C.J. Stroud. So
right.
Just a man of God, a person who's going to come in and lead every day. Going to work his tail off to win games, and going to do anything in his power to be a great, not only football player, but a man in the community to represent the Texans organization as best as I can. So I'm very excited that I already got to get to work with some of the guys, building a great relationship with everybody. I mean, it's really just trying to build this thing up, man. I definitely think we have a great young team with some young pieces, but we have some vets we brought in that are going to be a key point while we're going to win games. And the best thing about it for me, just bringing myself, is just I'm going to be myself, and that's wholeheartedly. So I can't wait to finally get to the season and play. But for right now, we're just building chemistry, camaraderie, trying to build that brotherhood, because the closest teams are the best teams. So.
Well, and honestly, like, it's a huge compliment to you. I mean, you know, to your point, it is a young team, it's a rebuilding team, and the Texans said, we're gonna draft this kid and we're gonna make him the face of our franchise, you know, and like that doesn't happen for a lot of rookies, and so that's a huge compliment to you and the kind of person you are.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I heard, so I was eavesdropping on another interview you did, and you said your favorite player growing up as a kid was Michael Vick.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm curious about that, because obviously he was a great quarterback, obviously, but his playing style is very different than yours.
Right.
So I was curious why Michael was your favorite player.
Well, I love Falcons Vick, but I really was pretty young when he was playing for them. So my favorite Michael Vick was the Eagles.
Sure.
Where he was throwing the ball really, really well. So yeah, people always kind of get them. But I modeled my game after him in a sense, but it was really his passing style. Like, he had a cannon that nobody really gave him credit for.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't, I know I can't run like him, and I don't think he can throw like me. But
very few people in the world can run like him.
100%.
Yeah.
So, it's probably been 3 of them now. I feel like Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson are probably the only 2 right now in the league that can run like him. But, yeah, man, it was more so like an inspiration thing, that he just inspired me as a kid just to want to be a NFL quarterback.
What you recently got a chance to sit down with Tom Brady. I'm curious. Give me one piece of advice that you got from Tom that really stuck with you.
Really just keeping the main thing. That everything that you're wanting to happen, if you take care of business in the locker room, in the weight room, in the film room, in the practice field, everything's gonna take care of itself. So a lot of other things, but man, that was one part that I definitely needed to hear, and was very grateful for him taking all this time.
Yeah, it was cool just to sort of see it on social. I have 2 quick questions for you. Your former college teammate, Jackson Smith and Jigma, what are the Seahawks getting in JSN?
Franchise receiver, somebody who they're gonna love to have, not only on the field but off the field. I definitely think that he's just a great human being, but he's a dog. Like, it's somebody that I'm gonna miss playing with, lining up with, because one thing, he's going to have his quarterback's back no matter what, and he's going to make plays for him. So just excited to see that trio over there just play with Geno. I think Geno's a great quarterback. DK, Tyler, I really think that they're going to be a great trio. And I think not too long, Jackson will be, if not the best receiver in the league, one of them. So
yeah, no doubt. Ceiling's real high. Last one for me. The rumor is that you went to, after you got drafted by the Texans, you went to the Texans brass and said, hey, go get me Tank Dell. Go draft Tank Dell. So is that true? And why Tank Dell? What'd you see in Tank that you wanted to make sure he was your teammate?
Yeah, Tank is not only an amazing player, amazing person as well. And I knew that we had moved up to get Will. And of course, Jackson, I thought me and him would go 2-12. But when they moved up, I was super happy because I wanted Will too. Will was amazing in the process. I got to meet him a couple times, and it was just really helpful for me to have somebody like Will around. And I got to talk to Nick, our GM, and he was asking me some questions about Tank. He was like, do you like him? I was like, yeah, I love him. Like, he's a great route runner, good dude, can catch really well, has a big radius, fast guy, can take the top off. And I was like, yeah, I'll be happy with that. So he was like, call him. So I called Tank and chopped it up, and he was hoping that to go to the Texans, and then Nick gave him the call probably like a couple hours later, and then he ended up becoming the Texans. So it's kind of cool.
That's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys hook up early and often for the Texans this season. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.